Well, just like that, the Cowboys have completely reversed the progress that they showed against the Giants and the Steelers. They have gone from being one of the best home teams in NFL history last year to now having one of the worst 4-game stretches at home in NFL history. This performance is not surprising. It's a familiar sight at this point, let alone the Lions were hot, and on paper, it was clear. I mean, crystal clear who had the advantage. Still, I won't lie, going into this game, I thought there was a chance they could pull it off with the improvement that was being made week to week. This was a prime matchup for the Cowboys to show their progression and to show what this team is made of. Unfortunately, it did none of that. What I took away from this game was the Cowboys lacked the qualities of a good football team. They lack what the Lions have on the field and off the field. The Lions showcase what a good offseason looks like. The Cowboys showcase what a bad offseason looks like. Progression versus regression. Winning characteristics versus losing characteristics. Simply put, a good football team versus a bad one. The Detroit Lions got better this offseason, retaining their talent within the players and the coaching staff, while also focusing on their weakness, like the secondary. The Cowboys were the exact opposite. The roster fractured into pieces, and the Cowboys quickly patched it together with young players and delayed contracts for franchise pieces. So it is no surprise to anyone how far ahead of schedule the Lions are compared to the Cowboys. Lions are established while the Cowboys are developing with young players, leading to some bad growing pains. The Lions are a good team. They have an offense that is given variety thanks to a solid running game. Their O-line attacks the line of scrimmage, getting to the second level, creating lanes for a dynamic tandem within Montgomery's physicality and Gibbs' dynamic breakout speed. That attack opens up everything in the passing game, making it so much easier on Jared Goff. Defensively, they have a pass rush that can work on every down and consistently cause disturbance in the run game. They're definitely beatable. Don't get me wrong, but you have to earn it against them. You look on the other side, the Cowboys lack all of those traits offensively and defensively. The Cowboys are so one-dimensional offensively. The run game is efficiently ineffective, leaving them to be predictable and stale. Dak does not have the luxury of a clean pocket, leaving him to be harassed all game along, while the Lions secondary blanketed receivers, requiring him to make tight window throws under pressure. Defensively, their identity is struggling to stop the run, forcing them to adjust and making the play action so effective, causing wide receivers to run wide open against a decimated secondary, which in this game gave Jared Goff easy reads and easy throws all game long in a clean pocket. The Lions are efficiently effective while the Cowboys are efficiently ineffective. I understand the Cowboys are battling through injuries, but what team isn't? And even then, the embarrassing losses at home. The past 3 games, you can count at 4. With the playoff is just not a good, promising sight. Fortunately, the Dallas Cowboys are going into a bye week. Unfortunately, they are heading into it with no, and I mean no, momentum, and with a lot of questions needing to be answered. The only bright thing about this team right now is the season isn't over, leaving a sliver of hope to save one of the most uninteresting seasons the Cowboys have had. I wouldn't even say I'm mad or disappointed about these losses anymore. I'm genuinely the most disinterested with the Cowboys I have been in my entire life. Could that be just because I'm growing up? Maybe. But I think I relate to a lot of Cowboys fans out there. Blogging the Boys put it best. It's a season of apathy. Why? I don't really know what the source of it is. Maybe it has a part to do with the past 3 years and where they had great regular season success, great wins, but ultimately ended with little playoff success, acquiring 1 playoff win in total with talented teams. Or is it just because they're playing bad right now? I don't think that's the answer, because there have been plenty of years where the Cowboys have been terrible, 2020 being the most recent, where it was uninteresting, but there was hope for the future. Dak was going to get healthy, and young players were starting to shine in CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs and many other players. Right now, it just feels bleak. They had so much potential the past couple years and now have lost almost all of those players. And the regression has been the most prevalent thing about this 2024 team. All while the front office always explains how hard it is on the cap to keep the guys they did keep. And because they kept them, it's too hard to go out and get anyone else. They quote unquote can't afford Derrick Henry. So I have no idea where they would go if this season keeps continuing the way it is. The only solution the front office talks about is having young players step up. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully this bye week can help them figure out some answers like it did last year. If you can remember, the Cowboys lost to the 49ers 42-10 going into the bye week last year. So hey, you never know. They could maybe find some answers. It looks a lot worse this year though, I'll tell you that. But I'm not counting them out yet. I won't count them out until they are officially out, which is probably insanity at this point. And hey, the Packers won the Super Bowl after going 3-3 in 2010, I think it was. So, I mean, you never know. Either way, as a Cowboys fan, there is no better team for a bounce back game than the 49ers. I mean, I don't even need to explain the history, just the 5-year history there is with the Niners. Hell, if they can beat the Niners, they might actually find a way to do something with this season. But if the O-line gets outmatched while the offense stalls out, then we're looking at another sad performance even after a bye week, which if that happens, we just might have to accept the fate of this 2024 team. But no matter what, there's a lot of football games left, and hopefully their next game, which is a Sunday night game, can be as exciting as the last one, or maybe just be competitive. They will be on the road where they're undefeated, so maybe. Thanks for watching, and let me know, are you still on the ride for this 2024 roller coaster of a season, or are you jumping off early? Peace.
Yeah.